we waste no time. Underway with Hawaii serving, and there's the starting lineups. Gonna flash across the top of your screen, courtesy of Weintel, Federal Credit Union, and Hawaii getting the first natural point with Joby Ramos on serve, and what a game he had. What a match he had with, what, 54 assists.
He played a great match that night. Interesting to see Pepperdine coming out in a new strategy. They only set that back row quick once all night the other night, and tonight they start off with that as their first set of the night. So Marv Dunphy sending a message, I think, that things are going to be different tonight.
And Matt West back to serve it up for the Waves of Pepperdine, changing uniforms, going with that orange and white top. Not surprising for them to shake it up a little bit after that loss the other night to Hawaii. Back set, Sador, what a match he had, but hitting long, is it off the touch? No, it's not. It is out. He was asking for it, but it's not going to happen. 2-1 Pepperdine, just underway. Hawaii again trying to ride the wave of its own play on Friday night. But the Waves, the #2 team in the nation. And that serve is out, and we are even at 2-all. So we'll keep an eye on the serving. As you said, you expect Pepperdine to be a little bit more aggressive. Hawaii with those 21 service errors, the other night. And that's something that they certainly want to improve on.
Well, Matt West, who just got finished serving, is the one, the server that Hawaii fears most. He had a big 6-1 run the other night. We see J.P. Marks serve up the first ace of the night.
There you go.
But the other servers just did not serve as well as Matt West did. I think they need to have everybody step up.
Hawaii, by the way, had 8 service aces to go with those 21 errors. 4 aces, 12 serving errors for Pepperdine in that first match that Hawaii won in 5. Booming swing, trying to chase it down over the far corner. Not going to get there is Matthew Cheap.
Good swing on the middle. That was Antonevich, who did not get that many sets the other night. Maybe that's another strategy that Pepperdine's going to utilize, which is set the guys they didn't set as much.
And point Hawaii. And Brooks Sador doing a little chest bumping. He was pumped up with that Canadian maple leaf on his right shoulder.
What a night he had the other night. 17 kills, hit .419. It was a career in one night. 4 aces.
Davis Hull with the knuckle serve. And on the far side, Maurice Torres. First team NPSF player last year, All-American, who averages nearly 4 kills per match.
And he normally hits around 320. The other night he hit 220, so 100 points below his normal season average. Watch for him to, I think, return to his more characteristic of 300-plus play.
The back row, Josh Taylor. Nice dig by J.P. Marks. Right back to Pepperdine, and it's Parker Kalmbach who manages to put it down. He had a good night with 12 kills on Friday.
Boy, did he ever. He was unstoppable. Kalmbach, 12 kills, only 1 error, hit 647. You get 400 out of a middle attacker. That's pretty good. You hit 647. It's a monster night.
One thing I know you like to look at is the side-out percentage, and you kind of put it at about 72, 73%. If you get to that range, chances are you're going to win. Very interesting. We could talk about the percentages in a moment. Serving, they're setting the middle. Taylor Averill getting the start, didn't get a very good piece of that one. Now Hawaii, in the 2 sets that they lost, their side-out percentage, Chris, 54 and 54. The 3 sets that they won, 89, 77, and 81%. Interestingly, though, you look at Pepperdine, they were in the 60s all 5 sets.
They were very steadily in the 60s, and that match could have been won by either team. Clearly, I believe we ran a graphic the other night that said each team has scored, I think, 89 points apiece. And that was late in the fourth set. So
maybe even in the 5th set, they were only 1 or 2 points differential the entire night. Hawaii winning it in that 5th set by a 15-11 clip. Maurice Torres back to serve, one of the stronger players you're going to see. He's just a beast. Sador flying in there, blocked. Tasiki on the opposite side, and that's good for the kill as the libero unable to dig it up. Ryan Pfluger.
Good set by Taylor Averill. Siki just finds me. See how he saw the hole in the block? There are 3 blockers up. And he has great peripheral vision. He watches the block before he takes his approach, so he knows who's going to be there and who's not there, and he can place the ball very accurately.
Tied at 6 here in the first set. Good serve by Siki and an opportunity for Hawaii to take advantage. Brooks Adore with an easy touch, doesn't fall, and back the other way. Torres off the block for the winner.
Hawaii has absolutely got to convert in transition like that. They had an easy free ball play where the ball came over. They could have run any play they wanted. They go to Sador. Sador didn't get the set he wanted. He had to end up tipping it, and Maurice Torres makes them pay at the other end.
Pepperdine up 1, 7 serving 6. Kyle Gerrans, who's almost Gerrans to get it in there on the serve. Averill with a good swing, and that's good for the kill.
Taylor Averill, after a terrific finish the other night, hitting match point down. Maybe that's why he's starting tonight. Came through in the clutch.
He was in there. In fact, Charlie Wade made mention of the fact, he said, you know, when we won that 5th set, what do we have? 4 sophomores and a freshman on the floor.
A pretty young team, yeah.
Kind of bodes well for the future of this team. And another big swing by Josh Taylor, and it's roofed by Davis Holt. 4th lead change of this first set. The man from Honolulu wearing the visitor uniform. Oh, not a welcome there.
His junior year in high school in Puno, he was the state player of the year, and he's played on the youth national team, junior national team.
Averill with the pop serve. Torres doesn't get a good swing at it. Hawaii with an opportunity. Big cross-course set to Marks.
Oh, what a set from Siki that time. My goodness gracious. He was on the back line, set the ball to the scoreboard, and it was right where J.P. Marks like, look how high this ball goes. Nice follow through. Marks has 3 players up, but finds a way to wiggle it through.
And Siki, the vocal leader, leading the crowd in that staccato applause. Averill pops it over, and they set the middle, and that's Kalmbach.
Kalmbach, converted outside hitter, now playing in the middle. Very successful last night. Back surgery last year, so he's really happy to be playing again here in 2013.
Yeah, look at the arms on him and Torres. I mean, you got a couple of beastly athletes out there. Quick set, Davis Holt.
Very risky set. Takes a lot of timing. The connection between setter and hitter there has got to be absolutely perfect. And Ramos and Holt pulled it off.
Hawaii +2. Joby Ramos back to serve it. And the crowd goes quiet for him. Off the cable. Good pass by Taylor. Goes back to him, and that's going to be out. So Josh Taylor goes long, and Hawaii gets a little separation early, up by 3. It'll be 11 serving 8.
You said Ramos is trying to serve Taylor. They want him to have to work really hard in the front row. They know he's probably going to get the set, so they want to make him have to pass it as well.
Ramos with 5 serving errors on Friday night. He already has 1 tonight. 2nd serve in a row off the tape. Joby comes in, saves it cheap. Setting it up, JP off the triple block, and JP again powers it down, and Hawaii jumps out to a 4-point advantage. It's 12-8, and Marv Dumpy not ready to call a TO yet. Well, there it is. You kind of thought it was coming. It was a little bit delayed. 12-8 Hawaii. Back at the San Sheriff, good start for the Warriors, and let's take a look at the keys to the match.
Pepperdine, they've got to ramp up their serves. Matt Rice was the only one who really went on a long run the other night to actually win set number 3. And for Hawaii, they've got to expect a battle. Night number 2 is really tough to win on, and Marv Dunphy, I know, has got these guys prepared. They did not go to the beach, I guarantee you that.
Well,
they've been watching video.
There was a little sunshine earlier, certainly not a beach afternoon. The overpass, Davis Holt, he is roofed at the net. What a great play by Nikola Antonejevic. I mean, that overpass, when you got it right there, that's probably a winner 95% of the time. But Antonejevic just went right up there and was just a mirror image of Holt and put it right back down on the Warriors side of the net.
those overpasses are, really difficult. Normally that would be an easy put down, but when you got a big blocker up there in front of you, sometimes it's better off just passing it up and running a play, making that middle blocker move around.
Matt West back to serve it up, the 6'5" sophomore out of Seattle, Washington. Again to the middle, and again, Holt is blocked by Antonejevic. Well, out of the timeout, a couple of big blocks, and we saw some good Pepperdine blocking the other night.
This is Pepperdine's best rotation right here. They've got Maurice Torres up front, Antonejevic, and they've got Josh Taylor, 3 very good blockers.
Another overpass, and hammering it down is Josh Taylor. So out of the timeout, that 3-point advantage, or 4-point advantage, evaporates down to 1, and Charlie Wade calls a timeout. We'll take a break. Hawaii now up by just 1. All right, let's take a look at the series record, sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. And we'll get to that in a moment. Hawaii trying to break this pattern. Talked about Nick West, their best server, and Brooks Sador manages to get it off the block.
Well called timeout, I think, by Charlie Wade there. One of the things Hawaii cannot afford to do is have Matt West go on another run. So after 2 of his serves, good time to call timeout and make Matt West cool off just a little bit. He's such a great server.
J.P. Marks now back to serve it up for Hawaii. Big toss, always a tough server. Good pass by Josh Taylor, and then out of the back row, Torres, and he fires long, point Hawaii. Torres always with a little histrionics after every play, and kind of the smirk.
He thought there was a touch in the block, that's why.
Yeah, certainly he did. He thought it was a point instantly. Hawaii back up by a 3-point advantage. Their biggest lead forward. Another good serve. Overpass. This time Hawaii sets it up. Siki off the touch. Dug up in the back row by Faluger. And Maurice Torres is roof. And Brooks Sador coming up huge for Hawaii. And Marv Dunphy calls another timeout. Hawaii was up by 4. The lead shrank to 1, and now they go back to their biggest lead. It's 4 again.
Torres, just see Brooks Sador on the outside, takes Torres' line. And it helped that Siki was there as well as Holt. I think that Torres saw the cross-court taken away. He thought he could tool one off with Sador's right hand, and not to be. Sador very strong out there on the outside. Not his greatest strength, though. I think Sador's serve and his ability to, the energy he brings to the court and his right side attack so far has been his greatest strengths.
Okay, now you're ready to cue up those Aston Series record numbers. Here they come for you. And of course, Hawaii picking up the victory the other night. And Pepperdine still leads the series by a 40-27 margin. However, here in Honolulu, Hawaii with a 16-14 advantage. And there, of course, the numbers from their last meeting just a couple of nights ago on an Aloha Friday. And boy, it was a happy crowd that left after 5 sets. And every single home match so far this season, and a couple on the road, have gone 5.
And Coach Marv Dunphy will tell you that the series records really don't matter that much to him. What matters to him is the next point.
Yeah.
Or what he learned and what he can teach his team between Friday night and Sunday afternoon. That's what matters.
And if you're a player, the only thing that really matters about series records is maybe the last 1 or 2 years or however long you've been on the team.
Exactly.
I mean, these guys, what do they care what happened 4, 5, 8 years ago, right?
You're right, hitting percentage. Hawaii hitting .312, the Pepperdine's .071. Pepperdine, #1 kill percentage team in the MPSF.
Back set, that's going to be way out. Oh, they're going to call it off the touch, however.